This movie is what you'd call an epic fast too contrived. To be fair, this movie is a fresh, original concept. An original concept that takes the themes of science and nature from Secret of NIMH, the environments of Avatar, the size and scale of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, a loose storyline from Fern Gully, and the action and adventure of Star Wars, otherwise fairly original. This is Academy Award winning director Chris Wedge's first animated film in 8 years, and he still likes these retarded characters. You remember how Avatar was an action film geared for a mature audience and yet contained Disney characters? Well, this movie's got Disney characters, except it's geared for a general audience. What pissed me off about Fern Gully was that it had an environmental message that was fairly preachy. What that movie needed were katana-wielding badasses kicking the shit out of things. Seriously, I left the theater thinking the dandelions would put a dropkick on my fat ass. This is the type of movie that makes the controversial move of making the minor characters more likable than the main characters. There is a comic relief character that comes from the toolbox of cliches of all the things I hate from comic relief, and yet he's like one of the most likable characters in the film. Aziz Ansari plays this talking slug that actually made me laugh like 90% of the time he's on screen. Unfortunately, it made the schmuck kids sitting in front of me laugh like hyenas. Hey baby, shut up, I'm trying to watch a movie here. 5-year-olds. It's not every day when you have a character voiced by Pitbull actually be one of the more likable characters in the film. Who is Pitbull, you may ask? Well, he's our generation's Sean Paul, except you can comprehend what his lyrics are saying. Imagine a celebrity that pulls off a Jabba the Hutt character, and yet you know that the guy is waving the check in front of him to get him into the studio to record his lines for one day. This is a movie that's animation is like a Popeye cartoon. It's got depth, style, action, and terrible mouth animations. Epic is the type of movie that makes you ask thought-provoking questions like, if you're a general of an army of katana-wielding warriors, then how come when you're on a mission that might be life or death of your world as you know it, you're only gonna bring like, no backup? If you do have this army of miniature humans and you've got them mostly comprised of males, then hey, where are the women? Say you only have like one queen, are you just gonna assume she's the Smurfette of the village? If so, if she dies, then how are they gonna procreate? What is the extent of a villain whose power is taking animals and rot them down into bone, and yet other times you don't cause that much impact, you barely pierce someone's armor? How did the villain manage to find the right scroll at the right time, at the right level of the Tree of Life that was able to tell him where he can go ahead and do his plan? What is the physics of being able to jump like John Carter and not being able to punch a hole through your enemies? How come some characters speak with American accents, some of them speak with Cuban accents, Irish and German, and yet it's implied that they're in a northeastern town? Now for the most important question of them all, how do you manage to make Jason Sudeikis annoying?